Hello, I'm Sandra, a certified professional coach and mental fitness trainer. If you have followed me for some time, you will have noticed that I talk a lot about how we can stop to get in our own way, how we can stop to sabotage ourselves and gain peace of mind. Well, with this, I thought I'll start a little series of what I want to call Saboteur Safari. And in the coming weeks, I will be presenting 10 different saboteur patterns to you. They're all based on scientific research with more than 500,000 people across the world, done by Stanford lecturer Shirzad Chamine. And actually, he has published this New York Times best-selling book. Now, before we begin with the first saboteur, I want to introduce to you, let's briefly clarify, what are saboteurs? Saboteurs are a universal phenomenon spanning cultures, genders, and ages, because they are actually connected to the functions of the brain that are focused on survival. So our brain is hardwired to keep us safe. Saboteurs are formed already in our early childhood at the age of 4 to 5. They start off as our guardians to help us survive the real and imagined threats to our physical and emotional safety at that age, because we need to survive to make it to adulthood. By the time we are adults, these saboteurs are no longer needed, but they have become inhabitants of our minds, which we're not even conscious of. So the question is not whether you have them, but which ones you have and how strong they are. Now, I thought I'd start off with a pretty subtle saboteur today. Now, if you consider yourself a giver and you easily attract people who take advantage of you, you might recognize this saboteur. People always come to you with their problems because they know you will drop everything to help them. You feel responsible for how other people feel and put their feelings ahead of your own. Yeah, you may have guessed it. I'm talking about the pleaser. Why is people pleasing a form of self-sabotage? Let's have a closer look at the characteristics of the pleaser as Shirzad Chamine has put them in his years of research. Now, in short, the pleaser is described this way. People with a pleaser bias indirectly try to gain acceptance and affection by helping, pleasing, rescuing, or sometimes flattering others. The issue, they tend to lose sight of their own needs and become resentful as a result. Some key characteristics of people with an inner pleaser saboteur are the following. They have a strong need to be liked by people and attempt to earn it by helping, pleasing, rescuing, or flattering them. They need frequent reassurance by others about their acceptance and affection. They cannot express their own needs openly and directly. They rather do so indirectly by having people feel obligated to care. Some typical thoughts you may have if you have a pleaser saboteur on your inner stage. To be a good person, I should put the needs of others ahead of my own. Or it bothers me when people don't notice or care about what I have done for them. Or I give away too much and don't think of myself enough. Or I can make anyone like me. Or if I don't rescue people, who will? Well, does that sound familiar? Ring a bell? The feelings you may have if you suffer from the inner pleaser saboteur may be the following. Expressing your own needs directly feels selfish. You're worried that insisting on your own needs may drive others away. You feel resentful for being taken for granted, but have difficulty expressing it. Now, here's the issue with the pleaser saboteur, because very subtly it causes you to tell yourself the following lies. I don't do this for myself. I help others selflessly and don't expect anything in return. The world would be a better place if everyone did the same. Well, this has an impact on yourself and others around you. So this is basically the price you may have to pay at the end of the day. It can jeopardize, that's the word, right? Taking care of your own needs, emotionally, physically, or financially, for instance. It can lead to resentment and even burnout. Others can develop dependence rather than learn to take care of themselves and feel obligated, guilty, or even manipulated. Now, back to the original survival function of the pleaser bias. The pleaser tries to earn attention and acceptance through helping others. This is an indirect attempt to have one's emotional needs met. So it is fed by two original assumptions, actually, that are picked up in childhood because of the circumstances you may have seen when you were small. One, I must put others' needs ahead of my own. Two, I must give love and affection in order to get any back. I must earn it, and I'm not simply worthy of it. Now, at this point, you will probably have heard enough to know if this is you. Or maybe you know someone who may need to hear this, because you don't need to stay there, putting up with the high price you pay day in, day out. I'm aware that with a pleaser bias, you may find it very difficult at this point to give yourself permission even to step into your own power. But here's the thing. You can learn to stop your pleaser saboteur and use negative emotions as a helpful alert, and then quickly shift to the positive region of the brain, that part of your brain that has the calm, clarity, objectivity, and creativity to handle a challenge most effectively. The app-supported positive intelligence program helps you to train your mental fitness in only 6 weeks' time, combined with my heartfelt personal support for you. In only 6 weeks, you train your mind to think, feel, and act in your best interest and shift into your wise self at any given moment. So you learn how to act like your best friend and not your enemy. To check which of the 10 saboteurs I talked about is doing the greatest harm to you right now, take the free saboteur assessment, and you find the link in my bio. Find out how the pleaser saboteur is scoring on your inner stage and share your findings with me in a call. I'm just a click away from you, and I will be very happy to explore your specific possibilities with you and see if we would be a good fit to work together.